Hey, when you tell a story, how old does it have to be before it becomes a legend?
I don't know. Maybe a couple hundred years old or something.
Well, I got a story suggestion from Amber in Georgia.
Heck yes! Thank you for another story, Amber. I bet you have an amazing beard.
Hers doesn't have any gray in it.
That's a low blow. Even for you. Besides, it adds character. So how old is this legend anyway?
Well, lore lovers, I have a new tale to tell you today. The tale of Lake Lanier. With this lake being made only in 1956, all of these stories are relatively new and slowly becoming legend. With each passing tale, the lore of the lake grows and forever gets embedded into the annals of human mythos.
Sounds interesting. And not too old. What makes it so legendary, though?
Besides villainous ducks stealing the food of young children and older women laughing at the mayhem, ghosts. Lots and lots of ghosts. And some fish as large as fourth graders. So where is Lake Lanier? Why is it already a legend? What happened here? Imagine sitting atop a hill, overlooking a calm and serene valley down below. You can see for miles. The tranquility and peace permeate throughout the lush landscape, and all is calm. The homes in the valley sent billows of smoke up into the air while the tractors plowed the fields of their farms. Everything was just perfect. And then you hear it. It sounds far off at first. What is that noise? You've heard it before, but on a much smaller scale. What is that noise? Something's moving, something's coming, gushing towards you. Then you see it. A wave of water washes through the valley, submerging the homes, and that peaceful place you once called home is now a fading memory. A life lost and forgotten beneath Lake Lanier.
That's pretty dark. I kind of liked where this was going, and then all washed away.
Imagine being one of the people living down there. Lake Lanier, or officially called Lake Sidney Lanier, was named after an American poet and is completely man-made. It displaced over 250 families, half a dozen churches, and submerged over 20 cemeteries. Most families got out, but the dead still dwell in the darkened depths of the lake.
That sounds like bad juju. You never want to mess with the dead.
Most were relocated, but some records point out that we may not have moved them all. A lot of the graves were local family graves and not large cemeteries like we have now, as that was common back then. And that's how the legend begins. As a man-made reservoir, we chose everything about this lake. How big it is by clogging the foothills and damming the rivers. Its name, which was chosen after construction, and even its use, was debated. The lake was finished with construction in 1956. It claimed its first victim a couple years later in 1958, the Lady of the Lake. Her name was Susie Roberts. She lost control of her car on a bridge and careened down into the lake, sinking to the depths of over 90 feet, resting on the tree trunks of a long-forgotten time. A year later, divers found the body of Delia Mae Parker Young, who was the passenger with Miss Roberts. But Miss Roberts and the car that was her tomb remained missing. Her body wasn't found until 1990, when construction workers were dredging the lake to work on the bridge that she fell from. It is said that Susie Roberts haunts Dawsonville Highway Bridge, the bridge she fell from, and she became known as the Lady of the Lake, as she roams the waters without hands, moaning and wailing. And she isn't the only ghost on the lake. With ghost towns submerged, possible cemeteries still full, and other strange and accidental deaths, this place is filled with them. Even before the construction of the lake, in 1903, an accident in the nearby towns that is now flooded killed 88 people, and their spirits are said to roam the shores as well. And ghosts aren't the only thing lurking in the waters. Lake Lanier has been notorious for a dumping ground of bodies. And it's said to even house 90-pound catfish, or locally dubbed monster fish, that eat those bodies, or even a small dog whole. While diving to its depths, of 80 to 100 feet, the visibility is murky at best. Some divers even claim to be reaching out in that darkness and grabbing the bones of people long since passed that have yet to be identified. Some even report that they get pulled on themselves, yanked on, or even held down. Even some swimmers claim this. Throughout the years of Lake Lanier, there's been a lot of accidents. And in 2017, it was said that 675 people have died on the lake. What's weirder still is that some who have drowned are found miles away in another part of the lake where they had never been. Cars mysteriously lose control and plummet to the depths of the lake. It's grown as a reputation as a wonderful tourist attraction, but its dark underbelly is all too prominent. There is so much more about Lake Lanier, from the quarrels about construction. It originally wasn't supposed to be here. It is a place created by man, arrogant of the cost. And this video is just barely scratching the surface. All 675 people have a story, and I would love to share them here. It's a place of recreation and joy, heartbreak and tragedy. The peaceful surroundings of the lake hide the homes forgotten beneath. Memories of what once was fade as ghosts linger and lure and ensnare others to join in their fate. Going into the water you tempt fate, but the siren song of the lapping of water and the warm wind brushing against your cheek beckons you to get in. So, for all of you adventurers out there, enjoy Lake Lanier, and hopefully you won't become part of its haunting history. It is no wonder Lake Lanier is now a legend within less than 100 years of its creation. And that's it, lore lovers. What do you think? Is Lake Lanier really haunted? If you've been there, I would love to hear your stories, even if they aren't haunted. How would you feel if your home was flooded beneath a man-made lake? Was the lake doomed to curse and lure people to their death from the start? Is it even cursed? Comment down below, I'd love to hear what you think. And if you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon to be alerted when the next video becomes available. A quick shout out to Amber in Georgia who told me about Lake Lanier and told me to investigate it. I really loved learning about this lake and the lore behind it. All the hauntings and the legends and the stories, even its origin is filled with mystery. And it's a mystery I want to find out more on. So I was thinking of doing a deep dive video on this. If you'd like to see a longer video about Lake Lanier, let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, lore lovers.